How do you know Il Duce? Because everybody knows Il Duce. That's not an energy that you miss out on.
I know Il Duce from college. Me and Anthony were actually both in the theater program.
I first came to know Il Duce back in 2014 when I was operating camera on a web series. One of the actors there mentioning a show that he and his band were playing coming up that weekend, and I was interested. I wanted to check it out. I wound up being an immediate convert of this band and becoming sort of insatiably addicted to any time they really were playing a show around the city. I just had to be there. And the band was Il Duce.
Anthony called me and was like, hey, I'm working on a play, and it was an amazing play by James Iams at the Wilma.
Kill Move Paradise. And we had this amazing set, all white with this huge ramp.
It was this sprawling, kind of pristinely white, surreal, curved amphitheater. It felt like somewhere between like a blank canvas and a material kind of playground for the mind. There were just so many things to experiment with.
And, the show was all about the afterlife and what do these four black men, well, 3 black men and 1 black child, what are their lives like in the afterlife after some tragedy happens with police violence and brutality.
They could recognize that they had come into something special in this location at the Wilma, where Peking was shot.
It could be utilized in an enduring way, in a way that would live longer than the production on stage, which had a shorter time period, as live theater does.
Anthony, somewhere in the run of the show, was like, hey, I want to use this set to do a music video, and he wanted to use the people from the cast because it was such a powerful experience.
The set of the show and also our costumes that we had were also from the show as well. And the dance we did was also a dance we did in the show.
And we were all game. We're like, yeah, whatever you need. So in between a matinee and an evening performance, he got the rest of Il Duce to join us on the set, and we shot a bunch of stuff in a short time frame, trying to piece it all together. And I don't think they even knew what it was going to look like or how it was all going to work together.
I'm so impressed by everybody that worked on the piece, and continuing to see that work in the editing process, like seeing Tom Weaver's lights and seeing Matt Saunders' set design, even seeing LaVon Lindsay's costumes. You know what I'm saying? Like, folks, I was like, ooh, yeah, the way Brandon's sneakers is red, my Pumas is blue is really popping, All of that work that had gone into it and the connection that we had built under Blanca's direction, myself, Lindsay, and Brandon, as well as working specifically on James Iams' play, it felt just special and magic, like we were already coming in with a lot of magic even before we had this song.
When we filmed it, I'm pretty sure they didn't have the song picked out for the video.
We had not yet written the song. We were set to take a trip up to Maine a few weeks later to go record our next album, and so we did the choreography to a metronome. We picked 3 tempos that we'd more than likely use later, and then, as luck would have it, one of those tempos we did end up just using without even really intending to, and it became Peking, and then it was really a pretty obvious match.
It's black art because it can't help but be black art, but it's art in collaboration with others. But because Kill Move Paradise is what is the spirit of that space and those players and myself at that time, it very much was the spirit of Peking's music video. Also so thankful for the Denton Black Film Festival for featuring us, because it kind of affirmed what we knew. It might not be commercially black or stereotypically black, but I'm loving making black art that's out of the box.
The astonishing thing about making that video was this sort of quick and fortuitous way it all fell together.
at the time we didn't really know what we were shooting, and we didn't really have a specific aim in mind. In the creative process generally, if you can intuit a possibility, follow that intuition, even if you don't have a clear aim or view of purpose of where this thing should be headed. Don't let a lack of a formalized plan kind of stifle a creative instinct that you're feeling inside yourself. If you can feel it and you're afforded the chance to just follow that instinct where it takes you, do that.
We're not peaking. Not yet.